Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. It is officially July 5th, about 1 a.m. Central Time, my time. The fireworks have ceased. Good 4th of July. I hope all y'all had a good 4th of July. If y'all are watching this episode and y'all have not subscribed, please indulge me. Not to just indulge me, but I guarantee you this channel will turn into a diamond gem. Hit that red subscribe button. It is free. It's a free investment on your part. Because once I reach my goal of 500 and 1,000, my channel will grow exponentially and grow into something super special that will entertain y'all like Law Nation Show entertains y'all and some of the other top dogs around here. I'm still new, still getting into the game. I just got to work my way up. My first goal is to hit 500 subs because YouTube changed it up. 500, you could, change your channel by week 1, September 10th. Against the Giants. My real goal is to reach 1,000 by September 10th. I'm around 340, something like that. Guys, I guarantee you, hit that red subscribe button. Help me grow this channel. The money will go microphone, studio equipment, sound bites, desktop just for this, for film and graphics, all the 9 yards, and all the bells and whistles to go with what I got up here. 30 years of this team, playing the game my entire youth, being a student of the game since I knew what a football was. My first game that I saw was Super Bowl 28, Cowboys and Bills, playing Buffalo in the Georgia Dome. Part 2, we were down 13-6 at halftime. I said one of my first prayers that night. We come back and win 13-30, and I thought because of my prayer, that's why we won. So I make a joke that the Cowboys led me to Christ. 6 years old, just fell in love with the star that night. Don't know why, no rhyme or reason, just did. And been bleeding blue ever since. This seems to work for Mike Fisher, guys. Before we get into what I got to talk about, on the count of 3, if y'all could just help a brother out. We're all on the same team here, guys. 1, 2, 3. Hit the subscribe button. Boom. If you hit it, you're a real one, guys. On the count of 3, if we could just hit that like button. 1, 2, 3, and boom. Hit like. If you did it, you're a real one, and I love you for it. Tonight, kind of a quick video. A lot of big-time trade rumors going around, as their names connected to everybody and everything. I would love to see just one of these ideas happen. A lot of these being generated by, Heavy.com, the Landry Hat, Bleacher Report, sites like that. Some moves don't make no sense at all. Some make completely perfect sense. And then I'll tell you the sense that I think I could make. One more thing before I get into it. Trying to get to Oxnard this year. I used to go to Wichita Falls every year before they moved it to California. Business has been slow this year since the economy and whatnot. My goal is to get to Oxnard at the end of this month. I'm seeing other content creators just have their Cash App name underneath the video screen. I don't have editing yet, so I just wrote it backwards. It took me a while to do that because I'm filming backwards. But here's what it is. From here until week 18 from the regular season, whoever donates the most to this channel, there'll be 1, 2, and 3. The top person who donated the most, pitched in the most to this channel, will get a set of playoff tickets. Maximum 3 persons. There'll be good tickets, 50-yard line, lower deck. I get a big deposit early December, so I'll be able to swing that no problem. Second place, 2 jerseys, any kind you want, away, home, alternate, any kind of player. Third place will be a Emmitt Smith 1990 Rookie of the Year card. Now, prizes 2 and 3 might get better depending on how it goes. If people start showing love and helping this channel grow monetarily, then prizes 2 and 3 will get better than just 2 jerseys and a Emmitt Smith rookie card. I might be able to get the Emmitt Smith rookie card signed for you. Part of a real club, Star Status Houston chapter. It's the 13th of the country. First one originated in LA. Jerry Jones knows about us. So if I get to Vegas, if I get to Oxnard, I will be in the VIP section right behind the players, closer than the general public, and I'll be able to do some really live shows with that kind of access. So help me get to Oxnard. That's my first goal. Anything I get will go to that, and then after that, anything I get will go to getting this channel more modernized, because right now it's a Galaxy and I. So let's jump into some of these big time trade rumors that I would love to just see one of them happen. And the title of this video, I would say, is the Joneses started the offseason super strong. They need to finish, because they're leaving some loose ends going into training camp, and I don't get it. We come out the gates firing like we haven't seen us do in a decade or more, and then all of a sudden we've cooled off when we've got question marks on 2 key positions. So from Heavy.com, the Landry Hat fan-sided Bleacher Report. Number 1, the Atlanta Falcons, as you know, took Bijan Robinson with a 7th or 8th overall pick. Last year had a rookie running back become the number 1 back. Cordell Patterson took the number 2 back role. He's 32 years old now, and he's expendable. And we could get him for a 6th-round pick. I mean, DeAndre Swift went for a 3rd, and he's done quite a bit. He has injury history, of course, but with Patterson's age and whatnot, they don't need him now, being that they have Bijan. We could give a 6th and get Patterson. Last season, as running back number 2, I mean, man had 695 yards on the ground, had 4.8 yards per carry, and rushed for 8 touchdowns. The year before that, through the air, he had 588 receiving yards and 5 tubs. He is a dual threat back, which would be a beautiful compliment to Tony Pollard and company. Because Tony Pollard is a running and receiving back also. Cordell Patterson was a receiver to begin with, then started to become running back, kind of like Deebo Samuel, but not on the same level. But last season, if he could average 4.8 yards a carry behind that line, that offensive line for Atlanta isn't that good. It's not as good as ours. If he can average 4.8 yards a carry with Atlanta, I know he's one year older at 32. Being running back number 2, I'm pretty sure he could eclipse 5 yards a carry. And Tony Pollard is a 5-yard carry back too. That's not a bad idea for the Joneses to check out for a 6th-round pick, something like that. Yeah, have him come in for a workout, see what he's got. I like that one. Second idea being thrown around is sign Adrian Peterson. He's like, 5th all-time in rushing yards, illustrious career, one of the best running backs to ever play the game. But he didn't even play last year. In 2021, he had a total of 38 carries with 2 teams, Tennessee and Seattle. Just hanging on by a shoestring. And not playing all last season, I don't believe will, give him fresh legs. He's 38 years old. Elliott's 27. Adrian Peterson, I don't think so. Number 3, interesting. This is interesting. Kicker out of the USFL. USFL, sound familiar? Louis Aguilar plays for the Philadelphia whatever. He tied an all-time pro football record last season. Well, the season that just ended, I guess, or however the UFL season works. I don't know if it just ended or not. But tied an all-time pro football record. And I'm guessing that's, going pro football, besides the NFL, the leagues that they've had, the last 40 years. In one game, he went 8 for 8, including the 55-yard walk-off game winner. Last season, his long was a 57-yarder, and that was a USFL record. Guy's 25 years old, Luis Aguilar. Remember that name. They'll probably bring him in for tryouts. Hell, he could be another USFL gem on special teams, opposite Devontae Turpin. We got a return man from the USFL. We might get a great kicker from them. We'll see in tryouts. Other than that, as we all know, you still got Robbie Gould, Mason Crosby, Ryan Suckup, possibly Nick Folk, and you got Brett Maher. I'm still Team Maher. Minus his freak-out Tampa Bay game, he was amazing last year. Great. But I guess may the best man win. I mean, they should bring them all in to try out for the job. Gold, Crosby, Suckup, Folk if he gets cut, Maher, this kid from the USFL. I'm bad with names sometimes. Luis Aguilar and Vincent, the guy that we got now that's not going to make the team. Let them battle it out. But maybe this kid, Luis Aguilar, maybe he's a real deal. And maybe with some NFL coaching, he can make that next step and become, the next Justin Tucker or something. Hell, you never know. Will Clayton has an eye for talent that other people don't seem to see. I mean, he is a gifted general manager, and he is our general manager. Jerry Jones is the official GM, but it's Will Clayton. Will McClay. Will McClay. I don't know why I say that. The number 4 signed Kareem Hunt. He had a worse season last year than Elliott. They both averaged 3.8 yards a carry. Kareem Hunt had over 100 less carries than Elliott. Only had 3 touchdowns. People forget that Zeke had 12 tubs on the ground last season. Only reason why Zeke finished the year with 3.8 yard average is because after Steele went down, the run blocking regressed a lot, and he kind of wore down towards the end of the year. That's why I don't think Elliott can be a great 1-2 combo back. I think he can be a great trio back as the power back. Instead of getting 230 carries, if he has just 150 carries, I think he could be good all season, fresh all season. Deuce could take 80 of those carries away. But they're about the same age. I think Elliott is better than Kareem Hunt at this stage of their careers. And I don't even think it's that close, in my opinion. Number 5, trade for running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Former first-round pick. He's played 3 seasons with Kansas City. Lost his job last year to Pacheco. 7th rounder. Out of, I forgot where. Started out with some promise. In 2020, he had 180 carries for 108. 2020 had 181 carries for 803 yards. 4 touchdowns. Looked like a good rookie season for first-round pick. First-round pick, running back, you prefer a 1,000-yard season, but it wasn't bad. 2021 has 119 carries, 517 yards, 4 tubs. Then last season, he has 71 carries, 302 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So, pretty much on a decline from year 1 to year 3. It wouldn't take much to trade for him. Like we were saying, DeAndre Swift, 3rd round pick, and that was probably like the best running back you could trade for. That would be on the block, only because he has injury history. Now, if Swift didn't have injury history, his stats would be a lot better than they are. But if you can get Swift for a 3rd, you can get Edwards-Helaire for a 6th, just like Patterson. And Helaire is still young, and maybe he just didn't fit with that Kansas City scheme. Maybe he fit in another environment. We've seen that happen. We've seen a player play for one team, not look so good, go to another team and just break out. It happens like that. Out of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kareem Hunt, or Adrian Peterson, I'd still right now take Zeke because he'd be the perfect complement to Pollard and Deuce Vaughn in the backfield. Now, Bleacher Report came out with 3 trade candidates, our best 3 trade candidates that we could put out there to make a deal. Number 1, Jonathan Hankins, which is completely asinine. Number 2, Jordan Lewis, cornerback. Number 3, Dorrance Armstrong. Jonathan Hankins, you would save $1 million if you traded him. And their reasoning is if Mazi Smith is an instant impact player in the interior and plays good at stopping the interior run, Hankins could be expendable, trade him for a 7th round pick so he could go start for a team with a lesser defensive line. Why the hell would you trade him for a 7th round pick? You might as well just cut him. $1 million, really? That Jonathan Hankins is key to this defensive interior. Once we traded for him last season, you saw the difference in the run game up the middle. And then when he got hurt for those 3 games, him and the Wolf Hunter, you saw the middle be exposed again. And when they came back, you saw it get better. Now with Mazi Smith in the picture, it ought to really get better. You need Hankins also. And Hankins will mentor Mazi on how to be a one-tech and be a gobstopper, swallow up 2 linemen by yourself, and just create havoc up the middle so the running back has no hole to run to, has to bounce out and to a linebacker or safety's arms. That's just stupid. Jordan Lewis would be like $4.5 million savings. He's got 1 year left on his contract. Depth is the name of the game. Jordan Lewis, if he comes back good from this Liz Frank injury that he got last season, he's our cornerback number 4. How deep of a cornerback room is that? If Jordan Lewis, who is no pushover, is our corner number 4, yes, he did lose his job to Deron Bland. Deron Bland was another, Will McClay draft special. I mean, Will McClay hits on them boys. Jordan Lewis is cornerback 4. That is a hell of a cornerback room. And then you probably got Eric Scott Jr. at number 5. So whenever teams run 5 wide, you could probably play man coverage very effectively and bring 5 guys or 6 guys at the quarterback. That is a deep cornerback room. Only one that would be a good idea of putting on the trade block would be Dorrance Armstrong. $7.5 million cap hit. So if you cut him or if you trade him, you would save that $7.5 million. It's pretty cut and dry like that. Dorrance Armstrong, yeah, put him out there. The future is now. We want to win now. If it was for a pick, I wouldn't trade him for anything less than a 3rd. But if it's for a player, I would want it to be an offensive lineman, of course. Now, those are their ideas. This is what I've got in mind here. We should finish building what we started building this offseason. As soon as this offseason started, we came out the gate running, got Brandon Cooks, actually Stephon Gilmore first, to secure that secondary, traded for Brandon Cooks to secure that receiving core, and then in the 1st round pick, made the smart move, went with Mazi to shore up that defensive tackle, that interior of the line. Trenches are where you win it. 2 question marks that only remain: offensive line and running back. I know if no injuries happen, the front 5 look really good, but don't bank on that. We have over $20 million in cap space. Some say 20.4, some say 24 million. You got Dalton Reisner sitting there. He's been above average his whole career. He didn't have a good year last year. Nobody did in Denver. It was a dumpster fire. Dalton Reisner, I've said it time in, time out, he's better than Connor McGovern and Connor Williams. True left guard. Go out and sign him. $2-3 million for 1 year. He could be one of 2 things. He could just come in and provide a great depth piece in case 77, has some early injury issues, or he could just be a plug and play left guard, and Tyler stays at left tackle, and Tyron and Steele battle it out at right tackle. And the loser of the two would be swing. Steele would beat Tyron out at right tackle, I'm pretty sure. And Ty Smith, who has a $3 million base salary right now, would be swing tackle. And our offensive line would be just as good with that starting five of Tyler, Reisner, Biadash, Martin, and Steele, as if it would be Ty Smith, Tyler Smith, Biadash, Martin, and Steele. And you would have excellent depth. You would have excellent interior guard depth, excellent swing tackle depth. And running back. Call Zeke in. He's made as a running back, he's made the second most money than any running back in NFL history. I don't know who number one is, but he has made the most money, second most money of any running back that's ever played in the NFL. He's made his money. Come to an agreement with him. $3, $4, $5 million. We have the money to do it. He is the best power running back available. He's better than playoff Lenny, better than Kareem Hunt, better than any of these power backs that are left. And he is going to turn 28. He's still got gas in the tank. Like I said, the first 15 weeks of the season, he missed 2 games from injury. He's averaging 4.2 yards a carry, had 10 touchdowns. That's what you need from a power back. He's not going to get 5-6 yards a carry, no, but he was consistent and good. Then Steele went down, and being that Zeke was still running back number 1, he was getting the bulk of the carries because Pollard couldn't handle really more than 15 to 18. So, the 230 carries. In December, Elliott started to wear down a little bit. The absence of Terrence Steele from the right side kind of hurt the run blocking game also. That's why he finished the year with a 3.8 yard running average. If that wouldn't have happened, if Steele would have been healthy and I got hurt, he would have finished with at least a 4-yard average. Now, you bring in a Deuce, we got Deuce Vaughn now, who will make the team. You bring in Elliott, instead of carrying the ball 230 times, like I said before earlier in the show, he can carry the ball 150 times. And Deuce can take, 80 of those carries away. Or you can take 50 of them away, and Pollard could take the rest away. And Elliott could be fresh all season. Because what he does for this team is not just running the football. He does things that you don't really notice. Like he keeps Dak upright in shotgun formations or in play action formations. And he gets those tough yards. He can still get that 4th and 1, that 3rd and 1. He still falls forward whenever he gets impact. He does not run away from him. He does not run out of bounds. Even after all the beating that he's taken, if it's him in the strong safety and it's him going to run out of bounds or knock the safety over, stay in bounds, that's what he's going to do. He's going to engage with the defensive player because that's who he is. That is a perfect trio of running backs right there. Pollard, Vaughn, and Elliott. Power back, speed back, jitterbug. Now, I like our young guys too. I know they like the young guys. Asim Richards, Matt Farniak, Let's-Go, Aduga, and think that, one of those guys could step up and really be a good left guard. I like our young running backs. Malik Davis, I think, could be a good running back number 2. Hunter Lepiki at North Dakota State could be a good power back. I mean, these are all could-be's, but why leave it up to chance? Why not finish what you started, and you got the money to do it? Go sign the 2 players. That would seal the deal. Dalton Reisner would officially make our offensive line a top 3 unit. He would. He is an above-average left guard. That's great. That is Ronald Leary all over again. And just bring back Zeke Elliott. He won't be making $17 million. He'll be making a lot less. He'll probably accept $3 to $5 million and have Dak talk to him. They're best friends. You know, I'm pretty sure Dak can say, hey, bro, you got your money, early in 2019. I didn't get my money until 2021. We both got our money now. Let's go get a ring. He's living with Dak right now. He's practicing at the Dak football field. He's a leader in the locker room. The team loves him. All of his friends are on the team. It doesn't seem like it'd be rocket science to get him back on for a 1-year deal. A 1-year prove-it deal, too. With incentives, say, $4 million base salary, $4 million in incentives, Elliott. If you eclipse 1,000 yards, this much. You eclipse 800, this much. 10 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns. Something like that, Because the future is now. I mean, I understand planning for the future, but we got the team to win it now. Let's seal it up and not go into training camp hoping somebody emerges as a good depth piece or a starter for the offensive line. We're hoping that Malik Davis shines and looks amazing in preseason, or Hunter Lupiki. They can battle it out for running, to make the team, but we've got 2 roster spots. The kicker we have now will be gone. Whoever makes the spot at kicker will, take his spot. So there'll be 2 open spots. There's 2 open spots right now. Fill them with the 2 guys that you need. Either that, my other alternative, what I would be doing, is I'd be burning the midnight oil, trying to work on a trade to bring in a top 5 left guard. Top 5 left guard. If we were to do that, somebody, Quentin Nelson is the best left guard there is. I think Chris Lindstrom is the right guard. But top 5 left guard who isn't super old. And I'd be willing to trade a first for that. A first round pick, Dorrance Armstrong, for that $7.5 million, because we got so much depth on that edge. Dorrance Armstrong, because that $7.5 million would help offset the salary of said lineman. And probably a late pick, 4th, 5th round pick. First round pick, Dorrance, and a 4th for a top 5 left guard. And if we were to pull that off, we would have the best line in the NFL. In the NFL. When you have an offensive line that good, any running back can run behind it. And look, in 2014, right? Zach Martin's rookie year had Frederick and Ty Smith. DeMarco Murray runs for 1,800 yards, breaks franchise record, right? We have to choose between him and Dez. We choose Dez. 2015, week 2, Romo breaks his collarbone. At the same time, Dez Bryant's going through injuries. So this offense, 2015, has no Romo and no Dez Bryant. They all know we're going to run the football. That season, we finished 4-12, I believe. But we were 9th in the league in rushing. We had 1,890 yards on the ground. We averaged 4.6 yards a carry. We averaged about 120 yards rushing a game. And that was with everybody knowing that we're going to run the ball. Because we had no big-time receiver. We had no quarterback. But we had that monster offensive line. And if you can average 120 yards a game with no quarterback and no receiver, and no premium running back, this is Joseph Randall, Lance Dunbar, guys like this we're talking about in 2015, running behind that line. If we were to trade for a top 5 left guard and give them a first, give them a 4th, and say Dorrance Armstrong, and say, hell, one of our offensive linemen. That's not near as good, of course. We wouldn't even really have to worry about Zeke anymore. I mean, we just bring on Hunter Lepiki, make sure he can pass protect pretty good, and Malik Davis with Tony Pollard and Deuce Vaughn would do amazing things behind that line. Just say it was Quentin Nelson that we got, which it probably wouldn't be because he is the number 2 guard in the league, number 1 left guard in the league. Just say it's Quentin Nelson at 80%, the guy that we get, if we were to pull off a trade like that. That is a blue chip left guard. So you'd have a blue chip left tackle, Tyler Smith, blue chip left guard, Pro Bowl center on a contract year, future Hall of Famer at right guard, and a monster at right tackle. And if he's not ready to go, you got Tyron Smith to step in his place. And then they can battle it out. Or Ty Smith could just bow out gracefully and be the swing tackle. You know, he wants a ring before he retires. He deserves one. His whole career, he's never had the huge contract, but he has made his money. Smith is a better right tackle. Him and Martin have great chemistry and move people. Trade for a top left guard. That would be the 3rd trade of the offseason, and that might be the biggest one that we could have made. That's what I'd do. I'd go out there and either sign Dalton Reisner and Zeke Elliott, or I would burn the midnight oil and trade for a top 5 left guard. Or a left tackle that could play left guard. Just a blue chip left guard is what I would trade for. Preferably somebody 27 and under, and be willing to give a first for it to make this offensive line the best in the NFL, to where Tony Pollard be running back 1, Malik Davis probably running back 2. Hell, even Ronald Jones probably get 5 yards to carry behind a line like that. But we shall see what we do. I'm interested in this Luis Aguilar kid, this kicker out of the USFL. I'm really interested to see what he does out of camp. Interested in the Cordell Patterson idea. I know the Cowboys front office hears all this. Out of those 5 that they mentioned, those are the only 2 that really strike my fancy. And as far as trade candidates, Dorrance Armstrong is the best one, in my opinion. Sam Williams, and especially getting Valimi Fehoko in the draft at defensive end at about 290 pounds. He gets to play in Dorrance Armstrong, and I don't think we'd miss him. And his cap hit of $7.5 million is pretty, it's not small. So if I were to trade anybody, he'd be the first. Because, like I said, we got tons of depth on the edge, and his price tag's pretty high. Sam Williams going into year 2, and we got the rookie Fehoko. That's just something to talk about during the dead time between OTA's minicamp and training camp. That's my take on that, y'all. I'm going to try this one more time. Please indulge me, guys. We bleed the same blood, blue and silver. We're all for the same cause. Support me, guys, and I promise you I will give you nothing but 100% on everything that I put out. On the count of 3, if we can hit that red subscribe button, I would love that, guys. 1, 2, 3. Everybody hit it. Boom, subscribe. If you did it, you're a real one, and I love you for it. If we can hit that like button, everybody, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Hit the like button. If you did it, you're a real one, and I love you for it. And if you're still watching to the end, that means you're a real one, and I love you for that also. Keep God first and foremost. He comes before everything. Seek him and his righteousness, and all these other things will be added unto you. I'm a living testimony of that. I'm going through a valley right now. The light's at the end of the tunnel. It seems like the closer I get, the light moves the goalposts on me. But I know it's not going to be much longer now. And the Lord has never failed me. Every time in and time out, He has showed His face. It's not trying to turn into a religious program, but it's my duty to put that out there. If you have any questions about that, do not hesitate to let me know. And if you contribute to the show, let me know that you did in the chat so I know who it came from, as I will keep a log. And like I said, week 18, first place, playoff tickets, second place, 2 jerseys, third place, Rookie of the Year, Emmitt Smith rookie card. Guys, y'all be safe. Have a good rest of the week. Have a good Wednesday. Cowboy Nation, be excited. Got a lot of things to be excited about. 2023, I'm smelling Vegas, man. I mean, this team has gotten better the last 2 years, and Dan Quinn, in his third year with the defense, does special things. Thank you for watching, guys. That's all I've got for this episode. Hopefully, on my next episode that I come out with, we make one of these moves, or a move, that's surprising and awesome. Or maybe the Joneses are burning the midnight oil right now, thinking what I'm thinking. Maybe if we get a top flight left guard, we can make this offensive line like the 2014 offensive line. And if we do that, who can stop us? That's my way of thinking. Therefore, Dak Prescott can be the game manager he was in his rookie season, with a running game that runs itself and playoff play action. He's great at that. And let the defense do what it does, and let our special teams be special, because we got the best coach in the NFL for special teams. All right, guys, that's it. I'll catch y'all guys on the flip side. Charles and Chargers out. Deuce.